If he does, I might come back and I might farm him off screen. But not right now. Oh god! Forget about that guy! Anyway, back in that area, if you would have fallen off to the left or anywhere in there, you would have dropped back down to where we were just at, and that's no good. In fact, when where I went through that portal, that gate, and came in here, if you would have dropped back down at that exact same spot, you would have fallen back to the very beginning of the map. This map is very unforgiving. This area is very unforgiving, so remember that. Okay, let's see if I can do this. And I can! I got a memory up! Ow! Yeah, this area is filled with spikes. And you might think that sucks, but this area has a bottomless pit in it, which we'll be running into in a few. Oh god! Long jumps. Very unforgiving long jumps over spikes, of all things. Freaking spikes. Come on. I'm gonna go ahead and use that. In fact, I'm gonna use all three of them. Something tells me I'm gonna need it. But yeah, in order to take out the owl, in order to take out the aura virus, I recommend that you stock up on your electric chips. Get to that same spot that I was just at, the entrance to this area, and then constantly go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And over time, you will get all of the auras if he drops them out. No, I still have to look that up. I got an HP memory! And if I'm not mistaken, there's more. Analyzing mystery data. I got a power up! Thank God for that. And I think I know what I'm going to put it on. In fact, I know what I'm going to put it on. Charge attack up. Now, let's go back over. I think if you drop down anywhere through there, it's an instant kill, so remember that. Don't accidentally jump up and hit the spikes. Grab the ladder, come back up. There you go. Now, things to do, things to do. Kill that guy. Now, remember why I mentioned the guys that were just standing on little bitty blocks and blocking your path, acting like walls? Yeah, we've reached that point. If you fall anywhere through here, you die. Plain and simple. And that right there is another aura virus. Yay. Get him to go down to the bottom. I remember how to take you out. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You can quite literally jump over him right now. Or you, well, that should have worked. Let's see, what can I use to hurt you? I could always grab my sword, wide sword, long sword, and just waste him, but that would be overkill. And overkill is not a good thing. How am I going to take you out? Well, let's get him to go up a little higher. And like I said, if you hit him on the head, you can hurt him. Remember that. That can be... That could... Remembering things like that can make the last areas of the game go from being ridiculously difficult to being rather... Okay, still rather difficult. Rather simple as well. In comparison to how it would have been. There you go. Oh, and the charge shot? Oh, thank God that I increased that. I'm so glad that I did. I would be having so much trouble hitting those enemies quickly. I would have to wait for my thing to charge, and then fire, and then wait for the thing to charge, and then fire. I can quite literally just spam it now. Ooh. I could use the Elect Blade, which I don't want to do because I've got the Aqua Blade, Fire Blade, Elect Blade. I'd rather not do that. Instead, I'm going to use the Magnet Bomb and hopefully take this guy out. As you can see on the top left, top left, yes. Make the L's with your hands, Steven. On the top right corner of the screen, there is another Aura Virus. And the Aura Virus up here, I don't think I'm going to be able to do that same trick that I did last time, or just like bypass him and do that other thing. So, 1 second. Alright, I'm back. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to get past him the same way I did last time, so... Oh god. I'm going to have to use the Magnet Bomb and hope that I can take him out with that. Now let him come back down, as you don't want to antagonize him. Now wait for him to come back down again. Take him out. Easy as that. What? Is that... someone tells me I don't want to go in there yet. Someone tells me I don't want to go over there quite yet. But... that looks like Proto Man. Now, and if this was the real life, if this wasn't just fantasy, caught in a landslide, no escape from reality, Megaman would have probably just rushed over there, but I'm no fool. I think I know what's coming up in a couple moments. So I'm going to let my custom gauge charge up. And go talk to him now. Proto Man! You're really damaged. What happened? Ugh, I really blew it. Jod, what happened? I wasn't careful enough, since this is such an old area, but that Navi... A Navi? Yeah. Its battle capabilities are upgraded to an unusual level there. And during the battle, Proto Man's process is suddenly slowed down. Does that mean Proto Man's been affected by the Zero Virus too? It looks that way. The only way I could have been defeated like this. Yeah, no doubt. Chad, you gotta jack Proto Man out now. Proto Man, jack out. Yes, sir. This Zero Virus is no joke to take out Proto Man of all people. Wow. Chad. Alright. I'll be back. It's not like Proto Man was deleted or anything. Lan, be careful if you go in there. It's not like any other Navi. It's a strong, customized, automatic Navi, guarding the Zero Virus' secret. Okay, I get the picture. Megaman, get psyched up for this one. Okay, I'm ready. But yeah, we're going into the boss fight in a second, and take a look at this. Thank God I grabbed the unlocker. Analyzing mystery data. I got an HP memory! I'm gonna put it in my pocket. Everyone ready? Nah, I'm not ready. I'm gonna use the barrier. I'm gonna go ahead and activate this. I think I'm going to start out by activating the sword, wide sword, long sword, program advance. A Magnet Bomb 3. No. Roll, sword, wide sword, long sword. And... just for a larf and a harf, let's go ahead and grab the magnet bomb 3. I feel an advance coming on. Activate. Now I'm going to allow my custom gauge to charge back up, and after it's charged back up, I'm going to go ahead and go in and fight this Navi. If it's the one I think it is, I'm going to need both my custom gauges. Not so much. I'm going to need both my program advances to take him out. And I think this is like one of the only situations, if not the only situation, where we didn't see the Navi prior to actually running into him. It's kind of weird. Makes me feel very, very odd, very unnerved, very nervous. What could this Navi be? Well, I've got a couple of ideas. There are quite a few Navis left. If it's the one I think it is, then, well, wish me luck. Megaman, are you ready for battle? About as ready as I'm gonna be. Let's go. It's boss fight time. Oh yeah. More chumps. Who are you? You're the one who beat Proto Man? They call me Sword Man. I'm here to slice and dice anyone foolish enough to try and enter here. My sword will slice you to electronic ribbons. Sword Man. Who's controlling you and the Zero Virus? Why are they doing all of this? I don't have time to chat with fools such as yourself. On guard. Darn. Megaman, get psyched. Battle routine. Set. Execute. Okay. Swordman. Why it had to be Swordman? At least it wasn't the other one that I was thinking it was. Swordman is rather simple. You do have to worry about that, but you can quite literally jump over that, which I'm not doing. I'm easily showing off how not to do that. At the second half of his fight, he will start throwing out those swords that will home in on you, and they really, really, really do hurt. Kinda, sorta, not really. This is actually a kind of a pushover of a fight. If you have the 2 life swords, I recommend going ahead and taking them down. If you don't have them, this fight can be a lot harder. In fact, later on I'm going to show a more legitimate way of fighting him, but for right now, Fire Blade, Aqua Blade, Elect Blade, and High Cannon. I can feel an advance coming on. Activate. Take him out. Barrier can be a godsend in this fight just because of all the things that are kind of difficult to dodge, like his shockwave that he does. Sometimes, from my personal experience, I tend to have to do a slide to try and get out from underneath his little drop, depending on where he's going to drop at, because he will drop directly where you are. He'll aim for where you're at and not where you're going to be. So if you're just running fast, you should be able to get past him as long as you avoid getting cornered. If you go up against one of the sides of the wall, you're going to have to slide to get away from him unless you're fast enough to start moving the other way. I don't recommend getting up next to a wall, because if you get next to a wall, then you don't really have much of anywhere to move. The barrier stops his shockwave from hurting you, I believe. And if you jump away from a shockwave and avoid getting hit by a shockwave, it will at least stop his sword from hitting you, just in case you can't avoid both of them. If you don't avoid a shockwave, it will stun you. He'll be able to hit you with the sword. If he hits you with the sword, then you take on the damage from both the shockwave and the sword, and that's no good. Like I said, whenever he gets down to half health, he will send out those two swords. They will spin up in the midair, in the middle of the air, and they will come down and attack you. After they hit you, they go back up into and do their same thing. I think he has another move, but I don't remember what it was. If he even has another move, I'm pretty sure he does. When he gets to that point, if you haven't used your program advantage yet and you only have one, everybody only gets one. There can only be one. If you only have one, I recommend saving it for that part. Just because in my experience, it's a lot easier to miss him on the first phase when he can just randomly jump up and start going left and right above you, and then you have to try and jump out of his out from underneath him when he drops back down and avoid his sword swing, and then come back to hit him like I had to do. But if you wait until the second phase and then use your program advance, whittle him down in the first phase whenever he's not attacking you, start hitting him a couple times, and then whenever he starts attacking you, just try and dodge to the left, to the right, and save your program advance for the second phase, you should be able to waste him with no problem. But like I said, he's really not that bad of a fight. I think the last time I fought him, I had a lot less health, because I think I hadn't grabbed as many of the mystery datas, haven't gotten as many of the HP memories, and wasn't nearly as prepared. And I definitely only had one life sword. I only had one program advance, and it was the life sword 1. The sword, wide sword, long sword. I don't think I had the life sword 3 or the life sword 2. If I had any of them other than the sword, wide sword, long sword, it would have been the life sword 2. I know I didn't have any of the other ones, but I digress. He's a really simple fight, really easy. He can be kind of hard to S rank, but like I said, the only one that I had trouble S ranking was Brightman. This guy is a bit of a pushover. In fact, a lot of the bosses from this point on are going to be pushovers, aside from a certain other one. The other one I thought that this was. And you'll see why. I think he's the next boss. You'll see why when we get to him. He's not an easy fight. And then there are a couple other ones that are going to obviously be pretty difficult. One of them you might be able to see coming already. But I digress. Plot! Whew, I can't believe we beat him. Yeah, he was pretty tough. Huh? What is it? Look what I found mixed in with pieces of Swordman's data. Megaman got the key item, link code X. I guess we're going to be going back to the the global area 3, huh? Wow. Is that a passcode for the link? Is that what he was guarding? This might be a passcode for the broken link to the Zero account. Great! Okay, let's get out of this area and check out that broken link. Background logo! And that was kind of lackluster, unlike most of the other things. After a major event, we end up getting a little bit of plot. We didn't get anything this time, but Swordman is up on the top of the screen right next to Gutsman. That's one less fight for us to have to worry about. But yeah, I'm going to be continuing from where I left off in a couple minutes, and I will be going after the next fight, the next area, and activating the link code X in a few. But until then, I will be calling this a video, because that is what it is. So, without any further ado, this has been Irvin Cascade for Let's Play Mega Man Network Transmission. take care, have a good night, and I hope to see you all again. I'll see you in a minute.